So what is accelerated learning? Well, it's kind of anything under the sun that helps you shortcut the time it takes to learn whatever it is you need to learn so that you can do well whatever it is you need to be doing well. Let me just break that down a little bit. I used to teach self-management courses as well, and there was a line I used to deliver in those courses that we need to find the right way to do the right things at the right times. That's the goal in our work and in life in general. We want to be doing the right things in the right ways at the right times. Now, with accelerated learning, I would put out there that the thing we want to avoid most of all is learning the wrong things in the wrong ways at the wrong times. And yet, so many people I come across are doing some combination of those three things. Some people are right at the extreme end of the scale, simply learning the wrong things that they think might be helping their life or help their career or work, but they're just not going to be picked up and used in a timely fashion. So they're literally wasting their time learning the wrong things. And that, by the way, it could be an entire course that you're going on or a skill that you're pursuing that really just doesn't have much impact, or it could be parts of learning that course or skill, certain modules, certain topics. There will be certain chapters in certain books that you're reading that maybe just aren't going to make much impact. Now, I've always said that learning is done by you, not to you, but most training and most training providers out there and teachers as well seem quite obsessed with doing learning to you. I call it hitting people over the head with a learning stick and expecting them to come out the other end better off, or you can use the sheep dip analogy, of course. With learning, you want to get some control over what you're doing. You want to understand why it is you're learning what you're learning and what do you need to learn that would make the most impact on what you're trying to do. Only then can you get a handle on learning the right things. There will be one thing above all others, one skill area or one knowledge area or one mindset or behavioral area that if you polished it, if you increased or turned up the volume on that one thing, it would make the biggest impact on what you're trying to do. And if that's technical sales, for example, I can help you find out what that is. And we say X marks the spot. That's the thing that you need to learn. And when it comes to learning in the right way, so you might be learning the right things, but are you learning them in the right way? Everyone learns differently. So it pays to know what your learning strengths are. It might be that you're better at reading. It might be better that you're listening to things. A lot of people learn better by doing and breaking it down into the right bite-sized chunks as well so that you can actually hang on to something and learn it and put it into action. So we need to get learning the right things right, learning them in the right ways. And then the major one as well is learning them at the right times. I've talked for a long time in the past about just-in-time learning. Just-in-time learning is learning at the point of need, when you need to learn that thing so that you can put that thing into near immediate action. And I challenge people when I'm working with them to look at what's in front of their face, what's ahead of you in the next few days in your work that you need to perform well enough in order to get a certain result. And when we look at that, we can ask we can say, are you in a position to do really well at that? Where's your confidence and so on? Or do you need to learn something to help you do that at the point of need? This is just in time learning. We don't waste time learning things just in case. Now, most courses and most books and so on, the way traditional learning is done is you go on a course, you learn an awful lot of things that you may never need. And you're learning them just in case you need it, partly because it's easier for a lot of people to sell a package that says, well, we give you a whole course on this thing. But the real question is, and you probably know this intuitively, how much of it are you actually going to remember? How much are you going to retain? How much of what you retain are you going to be able to actually bring out at the point of need when you're under pressure and put it into action accurately and effectively? There's so many holes in what I call the learning pipeline where this can go wrong. And that is partly why I work with people one-to-one and we look at what's in front of you. Where do you need to shine? Where do you need to prove yourself? And we learn what you need to learn at the point of need. That's a real quick overview on what accelerated learning is about. There's a whole load of tools and techniques that I can share with you to help you achieve that. But ultimately, we're trying to find, what's the right things to learn and what's the right way, the fastest, most efficient and effective way for you to do it and in the right times at the right time. So when is best to get that done and to what level? And we break that down and I move along with you. In another video, I'll tell you more about how the course works and how we can work together to achieve that. But that's the premise at this stage.